The Reserve Bank of Australia's latest venture, Project Acacia, raises important questions. As the RBA teases the rollout of their wholesale CBDC, we'll explore what this could mean for Australia's financial landscape. Is this a step towards innovation or a new form of control? Let's unpack the details and see what's really at stake in this episode of Ledger Life. In Melbourne's tech-obsessed Intersect conference today, Brad Johns, who is the Assistant Governor of the Reserve Bank of Australia, dropped a bombshell. The public face of Project Acacia is gearing up to launch this year. Think of it as Australia's cautious flirtation with a wholesale central bank digital currency. Yes, we said wholesale, not retail, the kind that regular folk might use. The RBA's focus is on making sure big money flows between institutions like a smooth running, well-oiled machine. But should we all be curious or worried? Let's break it down. Project Acacia is Australia's latest experiment in digital money, but not the kind you would be using to buy your morning coffee or a hot NFT. No, this is for the big fish, the institutions. Jones wants to see how tokenizing money could streamline wholesale markets, aiming for atomic settlement and other fancy terms that basically mean faster, more efficient, and more transparent transactions. The benefits of a wholesale CBDC could be substantial: greater efficiency, resilience, and transparency in our financial markets, John said, making it sound like Australia's financial future will bloom with Project Acacia. But let's be real for a second. Is this just another step toward more control, or are they truly trying to modernize an aging system? The RBA is clearly more interested in wholesale CBDCs than in retail ones, which regular consumers would use. Johns insists that a wholesale CBDC is an evolution, not a revolution. In his words, retail CBDC, at least for Australia, isn't worth the drama. Basically, Johns' message is clear. They are not about to rock the boat by introducing a retail CBDC. In his view, our current digital payment system already works pretty well for consumers. Why mess with a good thing, right? But let's take a moment to wonder if this is just a cop-out. Are they avoiding retail CBDCs because it's too disruptive? Sure, the big banks might love a wholesale-only approach, keeps things nice and safe for them. But does that leave the rest of us out of the picture, relying on outdated systems? Whenever CBDCs get mentioned, one word tends to hang in the air: control. Yes, the RBA is pitching this wholesale CBDC as a tool for efficiency and safety, but are they also slowly inching toward more oversight of financial markets? Wholesale CBDCs may not sound as threatening as their retail cousins, but you can't help but wonder if this is the first step toward a future where every transaction is monitored in real time. Johns' focus on wholesale markets might seem harmless enough. After all, what do we care about billion-dollar trades? But let's be cautious. It's not a stretch to imagine that once the wholesale side is in place, retail could be next on the agenda. And that's where things could get murky for everyday Australians. Johns didn't shy away from addressing the elephant in the room: retail CBDCs. Global buzz around them has been increasing, with some nations experimenting with digital currencies for everyday transactions. But Johns isn't buying the hype. We don't see the benefits of retail CBDC outweighing the risks in Australia, he said. According to Johns, our current system is just fine. Why would we risk messing that up with a retail CBDC that could lead to problems like bank runs or destabilized credit markets? Fair point, Brad. But for the crypto enthusiasts out there, his cautious tone will raise questions. Is the RBA too scared to really innovate here? In Johns' eyes, if a retail CBDC ever became necessary, it would need government backing and probably new laws to make it happen. So, for now, the RBA is keeping retail CBDCs at arm's length. But how long will that last? Let's be honest, wholesale CBDCs don't have the same headline-grabbing excitement as their retail counterparts, but they are equally important. Australia's big banks and financial institutions might stand to benefit from smoother, faster transactions. Johns pointed out that Australia's wholesale financial markets, despite their size, still rely on pretty dated processes. Imagine handling $1 billion transaction over email. That's the current reality apparently. But will Project Acacia fix all this? Johns hopes so, promising that tokenization, atomic settlement, and other buzzwords will modernize our markets. Maybe, but we are curious, will these innovations trickle down to benefit the average Aussie? Or is this just a way for financial elites to further strengthen their control over the system? Jones entered his speech with plans to engage more with the industry and academics, hinting at ongoing conversations about CBDC in Australia. 2025 will see the launch of advisory forums to get more input on how best to proceed. In the meantime, the government will keep experimenting with regulatory sandboxes to encourage fintech innovation. It sounds all well and good, but let's keep one thing in mind. Innovation for who? While the RBA seems committed to staying ahead of the curve, it's important to question whether this is a future that benefits everyone or just the financial giants. Jones's announcement of Project Acacia is undoubtedly significant for Australia's financial future, but it's also a clear reminder that centralization is the name of the game when it comes to CBDCs. Sure, wholesale CBDCs may offer some cool new efficiencies, but for the crypto community, this is another move that demands scrutiny. With a focus on controlling wholesale markets, there is always the possibility that the RBA could shift its gaze to retail in the future. For now, we are watching Project Acacia with a healthy dose of curiosity and suspicion, because in the world of CBDCs, the line between innovation and control is always blurry. That's a wrap on our deep dive into Project Acacia. What do you think? Will this wholesale CBDC revolutionize Australia's financial system, or is it just another move towards more control? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with the latest insights from Ledger Life. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.